And good evening. Good evening. Yes, it is evening. Good evening. I am Zare, and to my left is Imar, and we are taking the journey together. And it's good to be with you once again on this Thursday evening. Looking forward to a break next week in which we will um, more than likely do a repeat show while we are off enjoying family. Um, how are you today? Well, I'm not even going to talk to him right now because he is busy uh, working out other electronic stuff. And yes, I use the word stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So how are you today?
Uh, Not good because I got to take care of the stuff like usual.
Yes.
And they had us come in kind of late at the same time, but we're going to move on.
Yes. And I wasn't prepared with my part. So
relationships that things happen. You like to do them all the time because it's a bad pattern. Once in a while, it's a different story, but all the time it's a bad pattern relationship. And a balanced, healthy relationship, it should not be all the time. It should be something that happens once in a while because we're human, and there's no such thing as being perfect.
Absolutely.
Anyway. So have you gave them what our vision statement is?
I have not yet.
Well, those who are looking at us and watching us the first time, I think you should go ahead and let us know what our vision statement is.
So as we usually do, we start off with our belief statement, and I am going to read it to you at this time. It says, we are going to relate. It doesn't matter what your mother, father, sister, brother, or even what Jesus says, we are going to relate. We get the idea that we can relate to our friends, but we can't relate to our lovers. Or we can relate to our lovers, and we can't relate to our friends. And then we decide that we can marry, when that time comes, we can marry either our friend or our lover, but not both. At Taking the Journey Together, we believe in starting a relationship off as friends, cultivating that friendship. And then when it comes time to marry or go into a long-term relationship, you go into a long-term relationship with your friend and your lover in one person. And therefore, you'll be able to build and continue to create a loving, healthy, thriving relationship.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. That's our belief.
All right. Well, we're going to say that for those who are looking at taking the journey for the first time, those who have been here before, you know how it goes. We basically do this with different segments so that you can get some good information. Take it with you with a whole bunch of choices, because in our life, we do a lot of choices. In fact, plethora of choices are out there in life, even when you get married, much more with another person. Definitely. So we have some different segments that we do, as we've been doing before who watched this. 10 minutes per segment, but it's going to go over the topic that we are going to be talking about today. So we're going to want you to go ahead and share with your friend. Oops, did press it wrong. I want you to go ahead and share right now with who? Go ahead and tell us the share.
Your friends, your lovers, your partners, your family members, your children, anyone who is in a relationship or thinking about being in a relationship. They are the ones that we want to reach out to with our show, and age is not a matter because everybody, regardless of age, is going into a relationship or wanting to go into one.
Okay. So here's our topic today. It's going to be a very unique one, I think. There it is. Saltwater love. Holding balance, healing the truth in Black relationships. Wow. Since our gearing in target on this particular streaming channel is for people of color, Black folks, someone today was talking about we have to step and up our game or look at the strategy that's going on in this country, which is you can't say Black. You can't even put it on anymore. Your grants that you're trying to make, any kind of donations, you can't even really use it. So we have to know our assignment is. If we already know that we're Black and we're proud of doing it, proud of being who we are, we can't do like we used to do when we had someone like James Brown and said, say it loud. I'm Black and I'm proud. Now we just have to know our assignment is we are Black. We don't need to mention that we're Black. We just have to give out our authenticness of who we are because we know who we are.
Yes.
And so that day and time is went kind of past now where we use that word Black to make sure it undergirds all us of who we were. Now we just have to know that we are that and be that and not have to worry about to be just labeled that, huh?
Exactly.
Even though Afro-American still works. All right. So let's go. And our topic is going to be 10-minute sheets. Make sure you follow all along with us. What's your theme, Sharon? Give us our theme.
Our theme is now we as Black folks, especially within the Gullah Geechee culture, rebuild, balance, reclaim our emotional truth, and practice relationship habits that honor us.
Say that again one more time.
As Black folks, especially within Gullah Geechee culture, we rebuild balance, we reclaim our emotional truth, and we practice relationship habits that honor us.
I wish we had some people that we knew of, someone like Mr. Jamal Torrey, who was professor at two colleges here, and also to when he does his thing to uniquely show himself as the African spirit. He's been with us many times up on River Street for 10 years where we're doing that. Unity and Community Arts and Craft event, first Black couple to ever do that here in Savannah, Georgia. So we were creating history. Something that you need to do is be able to be history too at the same time. And in your relationship, you can be history too if you practice taking the journey together, a balanced relationship.
Yes.
It will certainly be something history because we're going to be talking about the day. The Gullah Geechee people are definitely people who were enslaved. They came from Africa. Many of them were brought here over the Atlantic slave trade?
Transatlantic.
Thank you. Right, mostly on the East Coast, all the way down to the Caribbean and
the South America.
South America. They say, I listened today, that they said almost 80% of Africans who were enslaved and going this direction were mostly sent there.
Yes.
Not here.
Exactly.
And there's millions of them that were supposed to be sent here. Luckily, this weekend we'll be on our vacation to DC. We'll be seeing family, but we're also going to go where?
To the National Museum of African American History and Culture.
We're going to bring back some pictures of power couples that are African Americans that look like us, and some of them who we need to look at and understand. So the Gullah Geechee community that we're going to talk about today has everything to do with relationships because they related just as much as we did. So let's get our opening. Love ain't just romance, it's ancestry too. Go ahead, Sharon, start us off, our whole message.
Okay. Relationships today don't start with us. They ride on the backs of the ones who survived, built, endured, and kept family together with nothing but grit, prayer, and salt water.
Wow, isn't that something? Wow, grit, prayer, and salt water. The teaching portion. Come on, Miss Teacher, tell us a little bit of the teaching portion.
In the Gullah Geechee tradition, salt water holds memory. It cleanses, reminds, and reconnects. And that's one of those things that we do a lot. We try to go to the water as much as we possibly can, but we don't do it enough.
No, we haven't been there lately, but we certainly need to do that. We definitely do that. So the symbolization, what was that all about?
It the symbolism.
I'm sorry.
That word was just not coming to me.
Mm-hmm.
Black love has survived storms and still
For
stands.
those who are upset or understandably, well, not really, might be too sensitive with the word of black or say African Americans. Love, yep,
Or
love.
people of color.
People of color love survived the storms. Enslavement definitely brought a lot of storms to our relationships.
Not to mention Reconstruction, Jim Crow,
Oh man,
um, all of that leading up to the 60s and beyond.
the great migration change from Africa had everything to do with one of the first change that brought us in a negative, how can I say, path in life
Hmm.
when it comes to
Yes.
we as people of color. Okay, what black folks often do wrong when it comes to in relationship. What are some of the things we do wrong sometimes?
We treat relationships like battles,
Hmm.
not bonds.
Wow. We treat relationships like battles, not bonds. We love in private, but argue in the public. We're reversing what our elders taught. Hey, I think about the Red Fox show. What was that one?
Um, um, oh gosh, what was it? When they would,
The Junkyard Police.
yeah,
He had.
I know, but on Sanford and Son.
Sanford and Son.
Yes.
That's not the only one. Almost most black programs shows of black folks, couples who are married. Even today, I think about it, even with Did I Do That? What was that show? The
Family Matters.
I'm looking at today Tonzo's new show on 365 Day Black. I watched that in the morning. They have a lot of different
Robert Townsend.
Tonzo show. He's got that one show he does. There's still argument between black men and black women. And they do it
Yes.
openly, just openly, and like it's
Yes.
just part of our lifestyle that we should take and swallow the stereotype that we're not going to get along and we're going to always be family
At odds.
the relationship at odds with one another, always battling with one another, competitive wise. What's the next thing that we keep on doing wrong?
We let hurt
Mhm.
define our voice
Uh-huh.
instead of healing defining our behavior.
Yes, yes, we
And
do.
and that's where that anger comes in.
Mhm.
That's where that animosity comes in.
Mhm.
That's where that lack of trust comes in. It comes in from the hurt. And we speak that hurt through all of those different avenues instead of dealing with them, healing from them, and
Mhm.
speaking a softer, more loving message to one another.
And that's going to lead to something else. We're going to talk about that. Ooh, that we should do in that matter from the last one you
Mhm.
said. Speak to each other like we are preserving a legacy, not winning a debate. Yeah, that's right. Our relationship should not be about who's a winner or who's
Yes.
a loser. I know right now the atmosphere, especially to how the politics are playing that game of winners and losers. You should not have that in a relationship.
No.
Not in our relationship, not in a balanced relationship. We for years have allowed that to play that between one another, and we got to stop that backbiting kind of crab barrel mentality. We have to look at a relationship as being a legacy.
Mhm.
It's no wonder why even me coming out of a single parent family, I was a single parent father and son. It brought so much kind of damage and PTSD and all that bad stuff upon me. And we can see how many of our young people, just was listening to someone today, he was saying in the teacher world, which hell has not many male teachers because they don't want to go out and try to be teachers because they've come up in such a way without fathers. They see no real relevant in having a male be an actual positive role models because they didn't have one in their life.
Yeah.
So to them, teaching is like, what am I going to do to teach when they had nobody look like me to teach? And the black teachers who are in school many times are seeing young folks saying that they have no idea how to even respect a black man as a teacher
Mhm.
because they have not had any real experience having a father around. So we're not talking about the
Or
relevance.
male, a positive male
but
role
yeah,
model.
but they
in that
have.
position.
It is mostly the police. That's
Like I
the
said,
one.
a
And they have been
positive male
some
role
some have
model.
been positive, some have been positive,
Yes.
but mostly that's been the role models being the police, not black males. Sad to say. Okay, got to stop that. Got to do better than that.
And we've
Practice public unity and private correction.
Yes.
Public unity. Sisters, stop correcting those brothers so hard out in the public. That ain't good. You got young brothers bowing down to the same thing too. That's not good. Even though younger folks now are doing it back and forth with no problem in those situations.
Exactly.
But
Because that goes back to that thing of
mhm,
that we just mentioned a few minutes ago
mhm,
of speaking in the public, fighting in the public, and
mhm.
not in private.
Yeah,
You know, they it's like who can have the most.
it's a competition.
Yeah, exactly, who can
Competition.
have the most, be the most visible on social media doing the worst possible
And
things.
sadly, it's really not that way now. I'm looking at all the shows in the morning that you do from the court shows all the time between the, have couples breaking up, the babies, and in the other different shows that come on for Tyler Perry, the rest of them. There's always competition. There's
Yeah.
always a separation. There's no real balance between the relationships whatsoever at all. And our ancestors are definitely look upon that as being very sad and a shame. So the practice of unity, we just don't show that in the practice between one
No.
another. A balanced, healthy relationship is all about showing that, especially in the public, the best that you can, being authentic about it, even though you might be working on it, because it may not be something you came out of. Recognizing next is the next one we should do better. Recognize the tone, a tone of respect and presence and ancestral responsibilities. I have to admit that, hey, I can be a hard brother out of tough love because my uncle was that way. And sometimes people think I'm pretty tough, straightforward, raw when I speak, and I am. And I'm trying to be a lot more better when it comes to be my partner and also my friend and my lover and my wife. I think it's very important for us to try to watch our tone. I would say Malcolm X had a tone that he would cut you with his eyes in his voice, but I bet you his tone was very respectful to his wife.
Yeah.
You want to bet?
Yeah.
I bet it was. So, brothers out there, I know you got that kind of cutting edge with your lips, not just with your fist, but you need to think of maybe you need to be a lot more respectful. Stop terrorizing her. Stop tormenting her with your words, because you can. Start trying to be a little bit more kinder, a little bit more sweeter, and put a little more sugar on it too at the same time. Even though something you have to say, it still needs to be heard, right?
Yes, and it's not just from the male side.
Mhm.
There's so many females out there that will cut you to shreds, not only with the look, but with the words, the harsh words, the name calling,
Yeah.
the all
Belittling.
the belittling, all those negative things.
Mhm.
And there's nothing worse than saying to your partner, especially in front of your children, that they're not worth anything.
Yeah. Let's move on to our next segment because time is always going where we're doing just something good that's needed. When the energy shifts, holding respect across the environment. It's going to be a tough one. What's a cold message in this one, Sharon?
Many Black couples change how they treat each other
Mhm.
depending on the space,
Mm.
especially in white dominated environments.
Woo, some of us get very nice, talk very politically correct, talk very professional where we're in the company of white folks.
That's we
Sadly.
code switch in the wrong at the wrong time sometimes. Yeah, because we don't try to bring our best look
Mhm.
when we're among people
Mhm.
who have the same ancestral background as us. But
Yes.
we will code switch and be angelic when we're around people who do not. We all deserve that.
Mm-hmm.
We all deserve that angelic attitude.
Yes, it's called to play with respect, and we're not sometimes very respectful out there as we should. Wow, wow. I've seen a lot since I've been down south. Really, I've
Yeah.
seen it. It's kind of like a cultural kind of phenomenon that's been drilled into them from the past. And you've been down south, you know what I'm talking about. They talk about that too. Now, younger people many times are not, but you see a lot of older people still in turn doing that way. They talk more respectful, more nice when it comes to people who are, Caucasians or white than they were to them own self or you.
Yes.
As have happened with me. Now, this creates emotional imbalance and quite a lot of resentment in a relationship. Well, you're going to talk to that particular person at your job so nice, and when you get home, you talk about them like a dog, and you talk about me like a dog at the same time.
Yes.
What the heck is going on with that?
And then it makes you wonder what's being said about you.
Yeah, why you're
At
at
other
the job
space.
too? Yeah. So
Yes.
what we often do wrong is what?
We code switch.
Code switch. Which code switching?
It's when we put on the persona. We speak and we say things and we act in such way that will make um, people of other ethnicities, specifically white people, comfortable.
Exactly. Something like, "Hey, sister, what's up, man? I mean, girl, why you always give me a hard time like that?" And some white person come, I don't understand why we don't always talk as well as we should. Can we maybe
Our communication is off often.
now a lot of young folks code switch. When I was out on River Street, man, I remember the young brothers. I ain't gonna tell you who they are, would tell me all the time, "Why you talk that way to them?" And yet they be code switching all the time around
Yeah.
them. And I'm like, what the hell was
Yeah.
going on? And talk to me almost any way they want to from that end.
Yeah.
It wouldn't make no sense to me. Because when I was up, I know Malcolm said Canada is really the borderline to down south. What's up south?
Yes.
What's up north? Young folks basically would talk to them like they didn't think the same way they would talk to me on the street. Well, they'd give me a little more respect up north than they talk to me. But when they talk to white folks, they talk to them any way they wanted to. Down here, it hasn't been that much that way. It's happened, especially on River Street. It was crazy. But we should be that way. We'll talk about, especially in relationships, right?
Mm-hmm.
Give patience to outsiders. And many times in sharpness to persons we sleep with the next day.
Yes.
Thank you, girl. That felt good at bed tonight. But which for breakfast? What you gonna make?
Or, just something you can't cook anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I'll fix it because you can't cook anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we are very harsh to people that we claim
to
we
people
love.
like us.
Exactly.
We don't have much love for one another.
Exactly.
That self-hate has a lot to do with
It
that.
definitely does.
So many times we want approval at the standard of what?
Professionalism.
We want white approval for the standard of professionalism.
Yes.
Really do. I don't see them when I interface with them giving me much professionalism at all. Be honest with you, they go by up here, not what you know, but who likes you.
Yeah.
And that's never been professionalism most of the time. So
No.
if you do the job, you're ready to do the job in action, then that shows a professionalism. Then you can follow through up on it.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't see that down here happening a lot. It has everything to do with the good old boy system from that particular end. And they pretty much down here, if they like you, but the way you look and how you get along with them from that end. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
A little crazy. So what should we do better?
Equalize our energy.
Mm-hmm.
Same patience at work, same patience at home.
I say to get out there, folks. Say patient at work, say patient at home. I say to the sisters sometimes when I've been to some fast food restaurants, do you talk the same way to your man?
And sometimes
they just look at me real crazy.
Yeah.
Some of them told me, I ain't got no man. But I mean, we really need to think about that.
Yes.
We should do it. But taking the journey is all about basic foundation of friendship anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So your person at home, your mate at home, your woman at home, your man at home is your friend. And you're going to definitely treat and talk to your friend as a real friend, not a social real friend, than you would anybody else. That's
Absolutely.
right. You have a right to in turn talk to some people outside of your relationship almost any way you want to.
Mm-hmm.
I hope not too bad, of course. But your sense of being equal, civil, and having some kind of, I'm going to say niceness, it should start with your relationship at home, right? And a balanced relationship.
And quite often, if your relationship at home is good, if it's balanced, if things are going good, when you go out, you're not going to have that negativity, that negative energy that you're going to be throwing around anyway. You're not going to have to fight to get the positive energy for the people that are going to be in your life for a few minutes, as opposed to those who are in your life for several years.
Yeah, definitely. Give some examples.
Okay. When you walk into a white workspace, your voice gets soft, respectful, patient. Then at home, it switches to frustrated, irritated, or dismissive. That imbalance creates spiritual confusion in the household.
Now, I remember they used to talk about back in my day how brothers who played football, biggest can be when you talk to them, the voice very deep, sound trembling when you talk to them. They get the word, hello, how are you doing? Remember they talked about that?
Yes.
How brothers, especially in football, would do that so they would not get the image to white folks many times that they were threatening, monster-like, scared. Remember that? So they had to change their voice. Today, I know some brothers myself who in turn, when I talk to them, hey, what's up, brother? How you doing? Voice low and all this stuff. But if you're from the white folks at the job, they've told me, man, I got to change my voice, man. I can't talk that same way.
Yeah.
Because they seem to be afraid of me. They just give me a bad feeling from that.
And it's really sad that we have to put that extra pressure on our relationships because that is a lot of pressure when you can't be yourself all the time, and that's important. Yeah. So you no wonder we come home frustrated because we have spent so much time wearing the mask, as Paul Lawrence Dunbar said.
Exactly. Now, back to relationships before we move to our next section. We do that sometimes in a relationship. That girl that looked good with all that, we look at her and go, hell, baby, how you doing? Or professional, are you doing fine? And then our wife we
Yes.
talk to, or our girlfriend we talk to, and we're like, any other way we want to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
We won't talk any flirtation. We
Mhm.
won't talk any lover like. We talk to her straightforward like she ain't somebody you never met before,
And
which is a shame.
and sometimes without even calling
Mhm.
her name.
Yeah, but women have did that same thing back in the relationship.
Yes.
So that man too.
Nowadays
I look good.
everything.
Hey, how you doing?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Nowadays everything that once was gender specific, it's just gender equal now.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's all the negative stuff.
It is. Okay, let's go on to our next session. We're moving right along. Hopefully you're taking notes. What's the next one?
Balance in a busy
Busy world.
world. How couples lose each other.
Wow, what's our core message on that one? Couples lose each other.
Overwhelm, stress,
Mm-hmm.
parenting,
Mm-hmm.
jobs, all these things create emotional distance. And if emotional distance, if
Well,
left
unchecked.
unchecked,
And
I've been having trouble all day.
That's
getting
all right.
words
You're
out.
a loser. Because I'm seriously, the winner and loser game leaves no middle ground.
Exactly.
So balanced relationships don't exist under the concept of winner and loser.
Right.
You're always battling between
Right.
one another in that relationship, which we do and cannot afford. As for people of color, we cannot afford to do that. For us to move on for our ancestors or next generations, as they did before, through grit, through sacrifice, and working together in a communal affair, in a community, in a communal way. It can't work. It can't work that way. So we have to check ourselves, although and keep on wrecking ourselves. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, and wrecking our relationships in the process.
Exactly. We check everybody else, but we won't check our own relationships. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, there are a couple of them that ain't getting along, But
You
ain't
can
checking
look
your
at
own
them and
relationship.
tell that they got problems.
Yeah, exactly. So what do sometimes black folks do often that are wrong?
We normalize surviving, not thriving.
Thriving. Oh man, it is right now. Most of the shows we see right now is about the survival. We even got that show come on, Survival. And these people don't even know one another whatsoever when they leave the show, but yet they're gonna play like in life. It's all about surviving. So they're competing with one another, finding a winner and a loser. One of them gets kicked off the island
and deciding who gets kicked off.
Exactly. So you can imagine that's how in many relationships right now. If you don't get along very well, gone. You're gone. Just get out the door.
Exactly.
You ain't gonna try anything. We normalize. Yeah, we always say that. We treat our partner like a co-worker, not a competitor. What's your application for? Getting this relationship? How much you're bringing to the table? I don't care about no love. I want money and whatever else you can do for me.
There was a
transactional relationship.
Exactly. There was a time when you mentioned that, I just thought about many years ago, back when I was in Colorado. There was this thing going around, which was a questionnaire. It's like an application that when a boy came to the house, wanted to take the daughter out, the father would give him this application to fill out, and he would have to do and say all the right things on this application in order to go out with his daughter.
We need to stop checking in emotions, which we do too much. That's right. I said wrong. We stop checking in emotion. Not we need to. We know emotion. And brothers, we're not talking about this anger and rage. I got to catch myself many a times. That's what I grew up. That's what I saw. That's why in turn we see mostly emotional wise that we are supposed to be male like, mostly ready to drop in a hat, beat someone's butt. Well, we won't do it to a police officer. We won't do that to another man that might get on us, but we might smack a girl around, a woman around, and our kids around. Why do we understand that that's the wrong emotion that we in turn should be letting go? The emotions have to do love, care, uplift, that kind of emotion we should be letting go. But anyway, that's what we do wrong.
I heard a young man say that to a young girl today. She was following after him. I don't know if they were joking or what. You know, she was smiling and everything. And he was like, no, leave me alone, leave me alone. He said, you can come if you want to, but I want you to know I'll smack a girl. And I'm going
like that
and
now.
You say that like it's an okay thing.
That's the young thing right now, because young sisters now can fight. And they will fight you back. So they both fighting like cats and dogs.
Yeah. And you know, and he ducked into the bathroom to get away from her. I don't know what was going on, but it was like, I'm like, it just startled me that he would openly make that statement, like, And what?
Well, hey, it's on both sides now with young folks. You just got to
Yeah.
talk about how it's an equal net matter
Mm-hmm.
of anger, upsetness from that end. Though that equalization is trying to present itself, there's no real example to show that to in turn move into a balanced relationship, which is what we're trying to do. They are in turn just doing that under the guise of we need to be equal, or this femininity equalization, or men need to be equal from that particular standpoint in dealing in this world.
Yeah.
But it does not necessarily work that way in a relationship from that particular matter. And those two wrongs don't make it right.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? It really doesn't.
Exactly.
Okay. We practice silent punishment.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh.
Yes.
Ignoring, shutting down, and being what?
Sarcastic.
Sarcastic. Wow, that's a big thing. We don't want to get into that so much because we're just moving kind of low, slow, but we know about that.
Oh, yes.
What are the things that we should do that's better?
Daily 5-minute emotional check-in. Where's your spirit today?
Mm-hmm.
What can I support?
Yes.
Yes. And that's, and we need to do that. And if you can't have that time together that is spontaneous,
Mm-hmm.
plan it.
Yes.
We sit down to dinner, and that's one of you ask the question first. Where's your spirit today?
Yes.
What can I support? How was your day? And what can I do to make it easier for you right now?
Mm-hmm.
That may be something like a massage. That may be something
Mhm.
like just listening. That may be, solving this problem that I have or discussing it. But if you don't ask, you can't complain about not knowing.
Mm-hmm. Sacred time for yourself and her, really, for both of you. 1 hour at least a week, minimum. 1 hour a weekend.
Mhm.
Take some time out for both of you being together to talk and do some. Look at each other, maybe smell each
Yes.
other, touch each other.
Take a
Do all
walk.
three. Do something to connect with one another on a deeper level. Deeper
Yes.
level. Okay. Give grace on hard days. Ooh, man, that's got a hard thing. I can tell that being a hard thing for me even right now. I gotta take my own medicine. If that's hard on hard days,
Yes.
it's hard for me to take and be graceful when life all around me has been hard as hell on me. I'm like,
Mhm.
Grace? What? Who's that
Yes.
girl? I don't even know her. But we need to look at, presenting grace.
Exactly.
That's an act of your will. And love is an act of
Yeah.
your will. It's not an act of your feelings, it's an act of your will. So you have to change that act, even though you feel that way, and change that feeling to in turn present another
Mhm.
words. And emotional control is all
Yeah.
about that. You got to be able to control your emotion that feels differently. It's hard to do, but emotional control is all about that. How do you do that? You are in turn going to be more sensitive in your mind thought about what I'm delivering, how I'm feeling. That's going to make that person who I care and love, my friend, feel not good, feel bad. And if I'm emotionally intelligent, that's what I'll be thinking, because emotional intelligence is not about me being tougher, not about me being harder. It's me being more sensitive to the other person.
Mm-hmm. And
to the other person.
And the one thing is we go
Just me,
back
I should say.
to that code switching on the job,
Mhm.
and that not being who you are on the job,
Mhm.
and the pressures on the job.
Mhm.
Sometimes one of the things that we need to do better, which is that emotional check-in,
Mhm.
sometimes we need to volunteer that, and on the way home say, I've had a bad day and
Mhm.
I'm coming in hot.
I love that. I love that. So replace silent punishment with honest communication, ladies. Some us guys who don't talk much, you don't know. You mostly know. You still just bother women when you ain't saying nothing. She's mad. It just burns us up.
It goes the other way too, because
Yeah.
some women are very quiet.
Yeah.
Because we've been trained to be quiet. We've been
Mhm.
raised to be quiet. We have
Mhm.
been, you don't get loud and boisterous, and you don't just talk all the time. It's difficult.
Mhm.
But if you are a quiet person, you know, sometimes you got to do some different things. At one time, I was writing down
Mhm.
suggestions for myself that I could start a conversation with, because
Mhm.
I'm quiet.
Gotta move. Here's example scenario. You come home drained, and instead of saying, I've overwhelmed today, I'm gonna use your word, and I'm coming in hot, you snap, your partner absorbs the pain and takes it personally. And when that happens with me, I'll bark back
Yes.
or barf up on you right on the spot, one of the two.
Yeah.
Hey, hey, listen, we got to take a break here. Is that what it's called, a break? Huh?
Yes,
Yep.
it's called a
Got a
break.
break, and we're going to be right back. Hey, for those who just asked out there, yes, we're on Hot 2100 right now, too, at the same time. So hopefully, for a second time around, those who are on 2100, you're watching the show on Hot 21 and get some information and knowledge about relationships that can help you out. And so you won't keep operating in situationships, but you're operating in a balanced, healthy relationship. Let's move. All right. We'll be right back.
Police in my whip must be thought I had bricks. Say I wouldn't make it, but it's happening quick. Hating on me now.
Hello, world. We're here, serving Savannah, Atlanta, Jacksonville, Brooklyn, Houston, Philadelphia, Los Angeles, and the world. The best music all the time. The greatest songs ever made, every time. Tune in to Hot 2100 Savannah and get a taste for your ears. Hot 2100 Savannah, serving Savannah and the world.
When it comes to the city, I'm the key. Gotta go to court in the morning for a plea. What you gotta pay to get, I hit that for free. And when I'm in the streets, yeah, I gotta tote that heat. It's hard for you to touch it, cause I stay up out of reach. Talking about ends dirty, I'ma make them meet. I've been down too long, I'd be damned if I don't eat. If you want someone to try, I'd be damned if it's me. I see why you mad, you ain't swaggin' like this.
Need your garments cleaned with care and with a professional touch? Then bring them to One Price Cleaners in Garden City at the Old Farmers Market on Highway 80. Service you can count on.
And we are back. We are back.
Yes.
Taking the journey together for those who are looking at us the first time. Sorry for moving so fast, but we are, how can I say it, strapped? We only got an hour of the show. We got so much to get to because it's so important for us to get this salt water that's helping to clean our relationships.
Yes.
As we know, the blood and the ancestors of the Gullah Geechee people have did to survive and are still surviving today. Really lovely. Let's go on to our next one.
And as we move forward, we need to let you know some places where you can find us. Of course, you can find us here from 6 to 7 p.m. on Thursday evenings, right here on our Black Media or Hot 2100 Savannah. And you can also find us on WRUU 107.5 at 11 a.m. on Thursday mornings. And if we're moving too fast for you and you have some questions and all, you can always contact us and get some information and ask us the questions, and we'll be glad to work with you and help you as we are relationship coaches. You can reach us at takingthejourneytogether@gmail.com, or you can call us at 786 763-1324 and leave a message or um, explain what it is that you need from us.
Sure. And if you'd like for us to come to your church, come to your community center, come someplace to kind of talk to you more about the relationship principles of taking the journey together, and you know that there's a need for this in your community, talk about community wise, especially today, then we'll be glad to come in and turn help you out. Without that good moral or morale, without that good feeling good and self-care about yourself in a relationship, okay, then it's going to be hard for you to relate to one another.
Mhm.
It's going to be hard for you to work with one another. It's going to be hard for you to keep a family and yourself together. And that pillar base in our community is so much needed now than ever before.
Definitely.
Outside of the fact that the food stamps, outside of the fact that we need jobs, outside of the fact that we need the school, if we have
That
all those
homelessness
things,
is escalating.
if we have all these things and yet we still can't relate to one another, then all those things will not mean anything because there's no one there to be able to what use it,
Yes.
especially from our children who are going to need that leftover because they'll be the next generation. And you want to leave them something good that's left over, not stinking. Well, let's move on, Sharon. Where are we at? What are we going to talk about now?
We are going to talk about elders' wisdom, what kept Black love strong.
Wow. What's our core principle?
Black love historically survived on structure, rules, respect, and mutual burden sharing.
Wow.
That's the part that gets me, the mutual burden sharing.
Mutual, just like I talk about in balanced health relationship, mutual agreement is what you use,
Yes.
not capitulation, because that don't work. There's only
Yes.
survival relationship. We're not even talking about compromise. We're talking about the next word waiting to see. It's an M. Mutual what?
Mutual burden sharing.
It's really called mutual agreement.
Ag-
You
agreement,
mutually
yes.
agree to take
Yes.
the burdens together, but it comes from a
Exactly.
mutual agreement.
But now today,
Mhm.
instead of that mutual burden sharing,
Mhm.
what we get is, that's your problem.
Yeah, I'm on my own. I'm a single person in this relationship. What Black folks often do wrong today, we want results without rituals. We want to get things done without going through ritual, meaning the work, the exercise, the respect, the things that need to be done, the rituals that were done with our ancestors in order for us to get results. And many times because of that, we ain't getting no results.
Yes.
Look at those who are running in situations,
Yeah.
doing that one day, get it now, gotta get mine right now. They ain't even lasting whatsoever because to them the rituals ain't working. Well, they don't get much, how can I say it, respect from the standpoint they're not shown any much ritual because they're living this every day, however goes. And if there is something presented to them, they figure it's not working or not bringing any money. It's like it's a waste of my time. And it
Mhm.
is what it is. We replace tradition with what? Convenience. That's the reason why. What they're doing is like the 7-Eleven, the Quick Trips, and the Parkers.
Yeah.
And you know what's ironic about any of those places I talked about, folks out there, you will listen to, brothers and sisters listen to, those products are high priced.
Very much so.
They're not dollar store priced, even at the dollar site priced places, Family Dollar and the rest of them. Their prices may be low, but the food ain't really good for them. They're just now getting fruit in those stores.
Some of them.
Some of them do. So that ain't
Yes.
good for you. I mean, anywhere it goes when it comes to something that is good, something that's worthwhile, something that's uplifting, something that's going to expand you, it's going to take time. It's going to take effort.
Yes.
And it doesn't really, at the end, have to cost you anything but your time, your mind, your energy, and your love.
Yes.
We let individuals ruin our partnership many times.
Mhm.
Mom, dad, kids,
Friends.
boys, friends. We just let them ruin. Sometimes, if we're in a societal place, we let our society stand in because I'm of the equestrian society.
Yeah.
So I'm of the Delta Club. I'm of whatever you can think of a certain
Yes.
church, and we let
Yes.
that destroy our relationship between
Mhm.
each other. You know what I'm saying? It happens too much too.
It definitely
What are some
does.
things we should be better? You can do better. I'm gonna let you go and do that. Which one?
Bring back the we before me
Yes.
mindset.
Mm,
Yeah, that's an important one.
okay.
That kind of covers everything.
Oh, it does.
Yes.
It does.
Elder participation.
Mm-hmm. Principles.
Principles. I'm
Mhm.
sorry, elder principles. Don't embarrass each other.
Ooh, we do that too much.
Yes, we
In
do.
a relationship. It's
We
hard
do.
not to, especially in certain situations. But go ahead.
Keep the house spiritually clean.
Bring back, as the elders have did many times. What do they use to keep the house clean?
Sage.
They use sage. So this is
Prayer.
exactly those kind of things to keep the atmosphere, what's behind closed door, not what you see. French way
Right.
is also a good way to keep that
Yes.
house clean spiritually.
Yes.
That's a way of arranging stuff in your house so it's not cluttered.
Exactly.
It's not cluttered. That lack of clutteredness, cleanliness, or clutteredness has a way of in your mind where you don't feel as cluttered because you're not seeing stuff all over the place with no kind of order.
Mhm.
And it brings harmony to your mind and your very soul. Work through issues before bedtime.
Yes.
Don't make just the sex time being the way you work through it.
And sometimes that's not even happening in a lot of
Mhm.
relationships
Yeah,
because everybody is so angry when they go to bed
exactly.
that they don't even, and some of them don't even sleep in the same bedroom,
Yeah.
because of the anger issues.
Just think about rebuilding family rituals. We're going to all the way to DC to visit one of our relatives, to both of our relatives, to build a ritual that I haven't did for how many years, being less for her, but we're trying to build a ritual of togetherness, of community, of Ubuntu-ness up in DC. That is a good ritual to be able to do. I'm not saying the holiday is the best holiday because Thanksgiving really wasn't a good holiday for Native Americans here, but we're using that ritual and twist it to be something that's positive for us. Sunday dinners, one thing that we know going to get you and Black folks did a lot, right?
Yes.
Brought everything there. Big
Yes.
Mama and the rest of the show.
Yeah, family get together.
Yeah.
Now families are spread so far
Mhm,
around. When that
mhm.
happened, most of the family was within, driving distance,
Yeah.
within a day, where it was close by.
Blessing
So,
over the home.
so Sunday dinner was an easy thing.
Blessing over the home.
Mhm.
We need to stop blessing over a home, not wait for the pastor to come in.
Yeah.
And we don't ever do that because you ain't gonna watch, ain't nothing on TV saying, hey, well, they used to have shows to come on. I'm gonna bless your home while you're watching TV.
Yeah.
We need to be able to do that ourselves.
Yes.
That's that next level. Yes, this is the next level when it comes to a balanced, healthy relationship. You're
Mhm.
going to do something on your own because you have the right to be able to do it. And you want to do that to make that your relationship stays balanced. So you do that in agreement because you two can. Weekly check-ins. Weekend check-ins. How are you doing, babe?
Doing good.
She says the same thing.
How's your week been?
I've been very, very busy, very busy. Have not been the way I want to slow down, but weekly
But
check-ins.
has it been a thriving week?
It could be, but you're asking too many questions right now.
But I'm just saying that you need to carry it on. You don't just
Yes.
ask a quick question and move on.
Very, very
Yeah,
good.
that's the example. I was
Shared
trying to
goals.
give.
What are our shared goals? Do we have any shared goals? Do you have any shared goals with your mate? I think it's important for us to build shared goals in a relationship. Not just I do my thing, and sometimes many times the setup where the guy does her thing, she does her
Or vice
thing,
versa.
and then we
Yeah.
get on, or
Yeah.
vice versa. And both of you two single people
Mhm.
in a relationship.
Exactly.
Not saying that you are not going to be doing some things differently because we do, but one thing is important. You're going to find some things that in turn are purpose that you both do together. In
Yes.
fact, I hope that you have more things that you do together than the things that you don't.
Right.
How's that?
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Audience engagement. Ooh, which audience engagement?
Well, audience engagement is when you ask diners at a restaurant,
Mm-hmm.
what did your grandparents do to keep the house steady?
Mm-mm.
Or you can, the interesting thing is if you have a dinner party or something like
Or
that,
with family,
and
especially.
I was getting ready to say, I was about to add the family in, and you have different sets of family members,
Mm-hmm.
cousins from different households and things of that sort. What did your family do to keep the house steady?
Well, let's move on because we're running late again. The clock. We had to ask for 2 hours time. One thing you want more of in your relationship. One thing you want more in your relationship. This one thing. There's some instructions for you out there. Invite couples. We want to say briefly. Inviting couples together. We're saying right now, if you can, as you as a couple is watching this, yes. What is one of the things you want more of? Time, respect, intimacy, laughter, peace, honesty. These are the things that you need to ask for yourself. And we're asking you, do you want more of? That's what should be on your table when it comes to bringing things together. This is the salt we're trying to in turn weave and throw and flow. Well, actually flow and pour through your life.
Yes.
Okay.
And make sure you have a reason why you want more of that.
Exactly.
Because it's okay to say, I want more intimacy.
Mm.
Why do you feel you need more?
Yes.
That will help your partner to understand where you're coming from.
So, what are some of the things that Black folks we do wrong?
We expect our partner to read our minds,
Ooh.
not hear our voice.
Oh man, many times you've got sisters trying to read all over your mind. My mom used to do that all the time, to read my mind. I began to think that she knew my mind when she read my mind so much. Oh, I know that woman was so powerful. She put thoughts in my mind and they weren't even there. Not hear our voice. I know it was what this said because when I heard these things in my mind, that sound like my mom. They didn't sound like me.
Yes.
So I knew she was putting them in my mind.
And that's like, you'll have a partner that'll say, you just did this because you thought this, and this, and you're thinking, no, I didn't.
Mm-hmm.
I never had that thought even cross my mind until you mentioned it just now.
To you.
Yeah.
Why don't we articulate our needs until we don't articulate our needs until we explode? Last particular, needle that broke the camel's back.
Yes.
Because we didn't say anything ahead of time.
Right.
We didn't say things before.
Right.
What did you think was going to happen? We should do better. Here's what we should do to be better. Speak needs with clarity. Not anger, not rage, but with clarity. Don't beat around the bush. Don't deliver what you need when you deliver with the last thing you say. Do it forward. Use the HOT principle. Honest, open, and transparent.
Yes.
Use I feel and I need language. Don't do we. Say I feel, I need. Let it be personal. It's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Understand that vulnerability is what? Strength. Yes, that's right. Emotional intelligence is all about you being more sensitive about the other particular feelings, not yours. So you're going to be more vulnerable.
Yes.
I feel this way. And do you feel this way? Example, I need you to check in on me emotionally. I need softer tone. I need more, partnership in this daily load. I'm tired of doing the laundry all the time, and you keep on leaving, going to work. I'm tired of cooking every day, and I can't boil water. I mean, and you see,
or water.
Exactly.
It's called. You got to turn the stove on first, and then it'll boil by itself.
Yeah, y'all know out there I'm talking about being funny, but most of the time, guys, sometimes we kind of think we do, and we really haven't heard doing that too much. It didn't happen in this relationship, but you know what we're talking about there. That is not good. Got to be a balanced thing. Let's go on to our next one. You don't mean to go so fast, but go right ahead.
Well, we are at a point where we need the saltwater blessing as we bring things to a close.
Yes.
Healing the spirit of Black love.
What's our core message as we slow this down so it sinks in to our very spirit, our very soul, because it's so important.
Just like salt water preserves, cleans, and strengthens, our relationships need rituals, truth, and spiritual alignment. Let me say that again because I messed it up so badly. Just like salt water preserves, cleans, and strengthens, our relationships need rituals, truth, and spiritual alignment.
Hey, that's that work we're talking about in a balanced, healthy relationship. So you thought the work was physically getting up in the morning. You thought it was in turn making sure that you pump weights and make sure that we went to the job 8 to 5. It meant that you always had to make food. No, we are telling you it's this expanded area that even sounds even that much more spiritually together than what you were told before.
Yes.
Rituals, truth, spiritual alignment, cleansing, strength. These are kind of words we usually hear at jobs. These are kind of words we hear at those events that talk about being multi-level billion dollar winners to do that multi-level marketing kind of stuff.
Yes.
We hear those kind of words there, and we hear the even spiritual, uplifting kinds of people who talk about being woke and all that good stuff. Good stuff too. We hear those words there, but we don't hear that. Them are the words that we need to present and place in our relationships.
Right.
And we know that our ancestors did those things to survive, especially here. Right?
Absolutely.
What's our closing reflections?
Black love has endured plantations, migrations, Jim Crow, and modern storms.
What's our today Jim Crow? What's it called? John what? Esquire?
James Crow
Esquire.
He grew up.
Oh, yeah, exactly. He's more uppity, snappity. But we can look at how
he's more powerful.
We like the administration is today, how it is definitely showing that it's going to run this. Black folks have to get in the back. They're not going to immediately be seen, and they need to get back in their place.
Yes. It's like Reconstruction era all over again. where
Exactly.
everything that had been fought for,
Mhm.
that had been granted, that had started to come to fruition,
Mhm.
with the signing on a document, it's taken away.
Yeah, sadly, we're acting that way in a relationship. I'm not
But
saying anything to do is wrong with relationship with black. In turn, love and marry, and in turn, have them being of another race, even a white race, and vice versa between men and women. Because if that love is there, you still don't sell out on your belief and your structure of being African American or a black person.
Mhm.
Then there's nothing really wrong with that, really, from that end. Why? Because if you look back in your past, when it comes to your genealogy, you mixed anyway.
Yeah.
Most of us are like me being light and she being dark. We mix. She mixed a lot in the Indians. She's going back. I'm mixed, I know, with Irish because my grandfather told me. So we pretty much are mixed. Some of us came out of a mixture of what happened through that sexual kind of thing that happened at slavery, doing that breeding.
Mhm.
So it's not like we, in turn, even you white folks out there, doesn't mean that we're all of one particular strand of being African American in the first place. But I think it's important for us as we look at that to understand there are others who are using that stereotype to control and set the barrier that we allow our relationships to fall under that same kind of shadow, same kind of low
Yes.
energy, right?
Absolutely.
We are descendants of the strongest lovers on the planet.
Hmm.
That's right, folks. That's right, folks who look like us. That's why folks who are African American. That's why folks who are colored. That's folks who are black. We are the strongest lovers on the planet. And I'm not just talking about sexually wise because they say that.
Yeah.
I'm talking about our ability to connect and relate to one another. We are the strongest. You can go to some of the oldest museums. If you go way to the back and look at the African American statues, you see that black man is a king and a black woman is a queen.
African statues.
Thank
Yeah.
you. And they are setting together. Woman has her hand around his side and he has his hand also next to her with the child. That lets you know we are the strongest lovers. We walk together in unity as we should and we must, and as our ritual from our ancestors did, especially through the Gullah Geechee community. Go on, Sharon.
Yes.
We're almost done.
Your relationship deserves rituals, not just reactions.
Rituals. Wow. Relationship deserves rituals, not just reactions. We do that too much. We're too reactive to people. What is and this is going to be our urban shaman or spiritual blessing to you that are out there who are listening to us. And we want you to hear this. Get your ear close to it. Get your eyes close to this. We want you to listen to this particular topic today. Ashe to every couple rebuilding truth.
Ashe to every home seeking balance.
Ashe to every heart returning to its ancestral rhythm.
May salt water cleanse what hurts you.
May truth restore what we neglected.
And may love return to the place it belongs, between us.
If you would and did receive this blessing, and you could feel that it's going to be, because it will be a change in your relationship, and you would like to have this blessing affirmation for yourself, please give us a call or email. Until next time, be blessed and let that salt water preserve and clean your relationship so you can move on in a balanced, healthy relationship.
Like this.